Not convinced yet that this hot food thing is for real? Well, look over here. This is where you really see the explosion in hot foods and hot sauces. Now, there are literally thousands of different hot sauces out there, and some have some pretty creative names. Like this one right here, like Cowboy Cayenne, Smokin' Tonsils, Texas Tongue Torch, and this one down here, Dave's Insanity. It actually has a warning label for people who have respiratory and heart problems. This was actually banned at a spicy food show. Be careful, this one's really hot. Bill Miller has that one in his kitchen in Columbus, Ohio. At last count, Bill had 635 different bottles of hot sauce.
Keep a few of them open in my refrigerator for emergency purposes, like about every time I have something to eat.
With all of these sauces, Bill does have a favorite. Good old Tabasco sauce, which he keeps right in the middle of his Louisiana collection. Tabasco is made on Avery Island in the Louisiana Bayou. This is hot sauce country, near cities like New Iberia and St. Martinville, where the water tower used to be shaped like a hot sauce bottle. Down here, instead of ketchup and mustard, there's a bottle of hot sauce on every table. And chances are good it's a bottle of Tabasco sauce. You see, Tabasco sauce is the mother of all hot sauces. The first hot sauce, the one that started it all, way back in 1868. Paul McElhenney heads up the family-run company that makes it.
We've had Tabasco present on our table and, of course, in the kitchen for as long as I can remember.
Paul's great-grandfather, Edmund McElhenney, started making the sauce in his kitchen right after the Civil War.
He loved to spice his food with peppers, so this was the offshoot of his own passion for properly spiced food.
Edmund put the first batch of pepper sauce in old perfume bottles and gave some away to friends. They loved it so much, he turned it into a mom-and-pop business. Tradition is still strong on Avery Island, so the sauce hasn't changed much from the recipe that Edmund wrote in his journal.
My pepper sauce is made thus. To each gallon of ripe fruit, add 1 coffee cupful of salt, then mash thoroughly, and when mashed with the salt, pack into jars.
The sauce is still made from the same 3 ingredients, vinegar and salt, and only one kind of pepper, the fiery hot Tabasco pepper.
I've heard it described as a mellower flavor. It's hot. It's hard to describe it as mellow.
They still pick the peppers by hand, still weigh the peppers out in the field, and they still grind the peppers the same afternoon while they're fresh. The peppers are crushed with salt that's actually mined right here on Avery Island. This is the beginning of a 3-year aging process that makes Tabasco different than every other sauce. For 3 years, the pepper mash sits undisturbed in white oak whiskey barrels where it mellows.
Well, I like to kid my friends in Burgundy and Bordeaux in France that we age our peppers in oak twice as long as they age their grapes.
When 3 years are up, the pepper mash is strained and the liquid is stirred with vinegar for 28 days to make Tabasco sauce nice and hot, between 2,500 and 5,000 Scoville units. The traditions of this old family business helped to shape a Louisiana tradition. Hot sauce and spicy food, especially seafood.
Just the right amount of Tabasco and lemon juice, that's perfect. May have to order another dozen.
Eula Doré has been cooking on Avery Island for more than 50 years. She's making an incredible dish, shrimp and crab sauce piquante. It's one of her Cajun family recipes from a cookbook she's creating with food writer Marcel Bienvenu.
All their food is just real lively, and they like their music fun, they like to dance, they like, they don't do anything real quiet.
Now this is ground cayenne.
Eula puts a little cayenne in the potato salad, even Tabasco in the butter for the garlic bread, but just a little.
You taste the seasoning, but it's not a burning sensation. You know, that your eyes drips, or it's not like that, right?
And I just think that the amount of hot sauce or the seasonings that we use brightens the food, or it just gives it an extra, it tweaks it a little bit.
Now, it might seem that hot peppers are what makes Eula a great Cajun cook, But knowing how to cook with peppers is just part of it. Her secret ingredient, like all great cooks, comes from inside.
I'm thinking I'm going to do something you're gonna enjoy. And then the smile, the ahs and, and the oohs, it's music to my ear, really.
The TLC that Eula May puts in everything she cooks was there in Edmund McElhenney's kitchen when he invented hot pepper sauce. Today, this is a modern company known around the world, but in many ways, it's still a mom-and-pop operation, much like the small family companies that are behind the boom in fiery foods. Like Tabasco sauce, they all start with TLC, with a passion to share a favorite recipe and with our desire to play with fire. Do you ever wonder where chili peppers come from and who grows them? These things smell great. These peppers came from a really small town that's famous for growing some of the best chili peppers in the country, and that's where we're going next.